Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you guys how to set up Kali Linux. Now this is a great little operating system that you can have to run network scans. You can play around with ethical hacking, things like that. It is really an awesome platform, especially for just having fun on the network, discovering things, just playing around. I'm actually setting this up for a lab that I have going on later on this week, and I figured why not just record a short video on how to do this. Now, if you've never messed with Kali, it can be a little intimidating. If you're new to ethical hacking or anything cybersecurity, again, it can be a little intimidating, but it is super easy to set up. Let me head over here to VMware Workstation. Now, this is where we're going to do our testing. Now, I have a pro version of VMware Workstation. I do have a license. I just uninstalled it and reinstalled a blank version that did not have any virtual machines whatsoever, only because I wanted to show you guys what it'll look like when you download it. I have not changed anything else other than the location of my VMs. Let me just show you that really quick. So I'm going to go to Edit and then Preferences. And right here, I've actually changed where my virtual machines live. The reason why I've done that is because I'm also running Microsoft OneDrive, and the default location of where your VMs are going to live, I think it's actually in your My Documents. I don't remember. I always change it, so I never think to look. But it synchronizes with my OneDrive, and that may cause some latency with your VMs. And so just download a version of VMware Workstation. You can get a trial license. I think it's up to a year or 6 months or something like that. I don't know what this one is. This is 220 days or so. But again, I have a license key. So when this is done, I'm going to relicense this, and I'm going to put all my VMs back into it. But you do have some other options, and I'll show you that in just one quick second. So if you head over to Kali.org, this is the main page that you're going to be presented with, and you're going to be able to read the documentation or download your instance. Now, I always recommend that you take some time, go read the documentation, understand what you're getting into, read through some of the options and things like that. It's going to be a great place for you to understand the tool. Let's go to download, and this is where you can download essentially all of the different, I want to say, versions or instances of Kali. You can download the smaller installs if you want to. Let's just say that you're only after a certain number of tools. You can install just the bare bones version of Kali and then install the individual tools that you're after. You can install the full version, which is what we're going to do, that has every tool under the sun that the platform comes with. You can also, not sure if you're aware of this, but you can, from I think Windows 10 onward, you can actually download a Unix subsystem in Windows 10 and 11, and you can run Kali directly on your machine without having a hypervisor like VMware or Hyper-V or something like that installed. So let's just click on virtual machines, and this is where, again, you can have a couple of different options on how you want to run this. Now, VirtualBox is a great option. In fact, on my laptop, whenever I'm out at a customer, I use VirtualBox because I only have one license to VMware Workstation, which I have on the desktop that I'm recording this on. So, you know, when I'm out about in the world, or I'm at an airport and just kind of curious, or you know, at a hotel and just want to scan their wireless and see what kind of devices I find, I have an instance of VirtualBox that I run this on. So we'll click on VMware, and this is automatically going to pop up a box that's going to ask us to download the newest version of Kali. Now, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to cancel it because I've already done this, but you would just put this in any downloads folder or wherever you want to put it. Now, it is going to come as a zip file, and that's the one thing that I want you to be careful of, because you're not going to be able to just import this into VMware Workstation or any hypervisor. You have to extract it, and that's what I've done here. So underneath that virtual machines folder, I've already extracted it. The one change that I'm going to make is, you'll notice if I double click on here, it's given me a subfolder. I want a subfolder because I don't like the way that it looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into that subfolder. I'm just going to hold down the Shift key, do a Control X here, and I'm going to paste everything just with a Control V right into the root folder, and then I'll delete this guy because I want to be able to, again, just go right into that root folder and see everything. Now, if you have the type column listed in Windows Explorer, you're going to see this file here called the virtual machine configuration file. This is the file that we are after. This is the file that we're going to import into VMware Workstation, and then automatically it's going to create the virtual machine for us. So we're really not going to have to do anything. So let's go ahead and let's get that started. Back into VMware Workstation, we're going to click on Open Virtual Machine, and you can see here I've already done this just to make sure that it would work for the video. But again, you know, if I need to navigate, we're going to go to our C drive. We're going to go to that virtual machine folder. You'll notice that I don't even see the zip file here. I only see the folder that I extracted this to. We're going to go in there, and you'll notice that I only see this particular file. So we'll go ahead and we'll click that. And automatically we turn up a virtual machine. So we really didn't have to do anything, and this happened super quick. Now from here, if I want to, I can click Edit Virtual Machine, This is where I can give this, you know, additional RAM or additional CPU if I really want to. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do anything super crazy. I'm not actually hacking an environment. I don't actually need more resources, so I'm going to leave it at the default. But if you wanted to, you know, if you had a machine, a laptop that didn't have as much memory or something like that, and you wanted to scale this down, you could do that. So we're going to power this on. And this is going to automatically turn on. And what we're going to do is we're just going to click this very first option here. Now, here's where, if you're new to VMware Workstation, you'll notice my mouse pointer disappeared. If you hit the Control-Alt key at the same time, your mouse pointer will come back and you'll be able to go between screens. If you left-click in here, your mouse pointer is going to be locked into the boot-up process, and you won't have a mouse pointer to click through anything else until essentially you get to the Kali desktop, and then your mouse pointer will come back as it's done here. So again, just some little tips and tricks as you work through this for the first time. Now, the username and password to get into this is going to be Kali and Kali. So it's just the same username, same password on every Kali Linux that you deploy. It's always the same. You can go and you can change that later. So we'll go ahead and we'll say login. Oh, there we go. Whoop, I typed it wrong. Typo. Here I am telling you what the password is, and I typed it wrong. So this is going to load up to the Kali Linux desktop. Now just give this a second to finish booting, and we're rocking. If we go over here to what you would consider your start menu, you'll notice that this is the full version of Kali. So if I go here for example to information gathering, you'll notice that I have all these different tools to gather analysis. I have Nmap, I have Legion. This is a great tool actually if you're going to scan a machine and you want to know everything about it. You want to scan for its vulnerabilities or anything like that, or you want to scan a network even. It leverages Nmap and it uses a lot of other tools to actually do the scan. So it's a cool tool. But before we're ready to use this, what we actually want to do is we want to update it, because this is not going to be the most up-to-date version. So if you understand Linux, Linux is going to have a repository built in, then it's going to go and it's going to check and say, hey, I have all this stuff installed, I have all these packages, is there any updates? So what we're going to do is we're going to say sudo apt update. Now, anytime you escalate your privilege, again, if you're not familiar with Linux, anytime you use the sudo command and you say, hey, I'm going to escalate my privilege from a regular user up to an admin, it's going to ask you for a password. And for this password, we're just going to type in Kali. What's going to happen is you'll see that it's checking its mirrors, it's checking its different repositories against the databases against its local database of packages that it has installed. You're a Windows user and you're new to anything Linux, this is just like doing a Windows update. All you're doing is you're saying, okay, go out to these different repository sites. You'll notice here that it's essentially the same one, and it's saying, hey, I want you to go and see what packages are there that we can update. So I'm going to say sudo apt, and I'm going to say full upgrade. Now, I'm super lazy. I don't want to have to sit here and say yes to every single package. Every time when Linux updates itself, it's going to ask you, hey, do you want to upgrade this package? Again, being somebody that's super lazy, I'm okay with upgrading everything. I just want to set this aside and move on with life, doing all of the rest of the setups and things I need to do. Let's just go ahead and say yes. We'll hit enter. And now for the next 10 or 15 minutes, Kali's just going to go and it's going to update itself. So from here, I can, essentially once this is done, I can use Kali for anything that I want to use it for. I can run scans. I can go through different wireless hacks. If you're taking any type of ethical hacking class, you can go through and start using the tools. So this is how easy it is to get a deployment of Kali Linux up and running. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys in the next one.